This is Michael Lewis, former New Orleans Saints point and kick returner. You're watching WGS-TV.
Welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm the WrestleGamer, Double B Billy Bujo. This is going to be the Friday Night Smackdown review for the week of July 11th, 2014. A very, very watchable Friday Night Smackdown just based off the main event they advertised. I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get into the review. First off, let me introduce the panel for this week's Smackdown review. Ladies and gentlemen, from Hardcore Wrestling Radio, the Hardcore host, Rick Head and Miss Jacque Schitt. Guys, how y'all doing?
We're doing great. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. I'm doing all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Who Dat Temple on iVlog, he's James from the Big Easy. James, how you doing?
Rick, what the heck is this tweet about cheeseburgers?
You're gonna have to talk to Miss Shit about that one. She said she was hungry and she wanted to know something about a good recipe about cheeseburgers. I don't know.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the purveyor of those cheeseburgers, the Bay Area MVP known as Will. Will, how you doing?
The proprietor is pissed off, but thank God this SmackDown was worth watching. So let's just get it on.
It definitely was worth watching, especially for the main event being Rusev and Roman Reigns, just based on name value and what they've done right now in the WWE. A lot of people have been wanting to see kind of a clash of the titans, as it were, as it pertains to Rusev and Roman Reigns, and they kind of opened up Friday Night SmackDown with a standoff in that sense. And Rick, I don't know if you would kind of agree with me on this sense, but do they... was that opening segment really necessary? Because really the matchup could have just lived on the name itself. I don't think they really needed to hype it up, but they definitely did that.
I wouldn't say they hyped it up because I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw the whole segment, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I could have fell asleep right there, honestly. I'm sorry, but Rusev the segments themselves is absolutely fucking boring. I'm sorry. I'll speak about the match later, but I'm sorry, I can't get anything to just the promotion for that opening segment.
Miss Rusev, do you? I'm sorry, Miss Shit, do you agree?
Wow.
I'm sorry. No offense. But do you agree with what Rick had to say about Rusev in that opening promo?
Da.
Thank you. I had that one coming. I had that one coming, and I do apologize for that one. We opened up Friday Night SmackDown with AJ Lee taking on Cameron. We kind of saw on Monday Night Raw the breakup of the Funkadactyls, as pretty much nobody in the wrestling community actually gave a crap about the Funkadactyls breaking up. Probably the only shining star about that one right there, James, is the fact that now Naomi is on her own.
Yeah, that's the main thing really about it, is that Naomi needed to be on her own. Because she's a great competitor. I just feel like Cameron is holding her back as that part of that tag team, the Funkadactyls. And Naomi, this is her chance to shine her on her own, and she can do that.
And if Lance Moss would hear, he would say the only thing he can say about AJ Lee, hashtag, that ass. Thank you very much. AJ Lee gets the win with the Shining Wizard over Cameron, and up next, I really don't know how to describe what happened next there. Well, Fandango and Adam Rose. Fandango had Layla, and Adam Rose had Summer Rae, and next thing you know, we see Summer Rae and Layla fighting on the outside. Fandango goes to break it up, gets counted out, and then for Shovels gets hit with a party foul by Adam Rose. What was that?
CBS called WGS-TV phones a while ago. They thought it was the same segment as The Young and the Restless.
Catfight! Catfight!
The Young and the fucking Pointless.
Thank you, Ray. I'm going to make this brief to the point. Fandango isn't the most loopiest, childish storyline of all. Of course, granted, he got 2 lovely ladies, but he's the laughing stock. I mean, come on, we all knew he was gonna lose, and he looked like a total as much people know what that is. I mean, so alas, he got hit with a party foul. 1, 2, 3, Exotic Express. They go celebrate. Fandango still scratching his ass. I mean, are they really going to do something with him? Are they really going to do something decent with him? I don't know. But the match, I'm just going to give it a 0.5, and I just hope a block of cheese hits Fandango, because he ain't going nowhere fucking fast. I apologize, but he is a laughing stock.
Speaking of laughing stocks, the 3MB became a 1MB and decides to team up with Titus O'Neil. I'm talking about Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil taking on the Usos. I'll give the Usos some credit after the match was over. That little bit they did with one of the Usos pretending to be an announcer, Rick, as they were pretending to beat down the Wyatt family, I actually thought that was quite funny.
Yeah, actually, I believe the new team that they called themselves the Slater and the Gator. I believe that's what they were trying to push them over as. I don't know how far that's going to get. I would have just called them the Nexus reunion. I don't know, but yeah, it was not too bad for it looked like more to be a shoot, but it was all right.
Yes, we also do get the announcement that at Battlegrounds, it'll be a 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team Championship, the Usos defending against the Wyatt family. So that'll definitely be something to see at Battlegrounds when it happens. Following that, we have Chris Jericho taking on Randy Orton. Man, when you think Jericho and Randy Orton in the feuds and the matches they have had in the past, it's just, you want to talk about something that can live on name hype that doesn't need any build to it whatsoever, James. It's Jericho and Randy Orton, and this matchup, in my opinion, really did not disappoint.
Then she shows up out on River Street looking for me.
As well, James is having apparently some technical errors here.
I was going to say he is disappointed. Left him speechless.
It's either that or maybe he's too busy handling himself with a cheeseburger. Will, what are your thoughts about Orton and Jericho?
Let's go back to 2007 when Jericho came back after that gruesome punt kick that Orton gave Jericho that put him out of action for a while. And then he came back, and you guys know the rest. But as far as the match goes, we could talk about this all day, but we don't have that much time. I thought this was an okay match. I mean, these two wrestlers know each other, so hey, one would know. But unfortunately, there was a distraction. We thought Bray Wyatt was coming into the ring, but that wasn't to be, as Orton got the RKO for the 1, 2, 3, and the match, I would have gave it a simple 2-5, but since Bray Wyatt thinks he got the whole world in his hands, and we'll never know that, I have to drop it to a 2. I just have to be nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next, we had a rematch from Money in the Bank based on what happened between Layla and Summer Rae, with Fandango as a special guest refereeing. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it to the wonderful descriptive powers of Miss Jacque Schitt as she describes exactly what she witnessed when Layla and Summer Rae and Fandango as special guest referee. Miss Schitt?
Uh-oh.
You mean the three-way turned lesbian lover dance?
Pretty much.
That one? Okay, yeah. That's my description.
That's pretty much what happened. Fandango rings the bell, keeps Layla and Summer Rae from fighting with each other, starts dancing in the middle of the ring. I'm pretty sure JBL was glad that that was done in the ring and not on the table at Monday, like it was on Monday Night Raw, as we got 2 Jameses now in the call.
I'm sorry.
The horror! The horror!
My computer's not working well.
We told you computers don't run on cheeseburgers. No matter how hard you
Is it a double cheeseburger then?
Maybe. Now back to, and believe it or not, that cheeseburger discussion was more interesting than what happened with Fandango, Layla, and Summer Rae, to be honest. Except for the ending. Except for the ending, though, James. But Layla and Summer Rae dancing with each other. Where are they going next?
I think this could lead towards a Summer Rae Layla tag team. And the fact that Fandango.
In more than one way.
I was just gonna say that, although that might not be.
hey, never know. I guess this love triangle is finally over now. Let's say that.
Oh, the other James left.
Yeah. On a serious note, though, you think about this. What does this mean for Fandango? Fandango has gone through pretty much both of these ladies, who pretty much was, his eye candy. And now that both of them have pretty much dropped him, and now they're moving on. So what does this say for Fandango, which we've all agreed that this guy's been useless?
Lance, say those 3 words. Say it.
You poor bastard.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, following that absolute debacle, we had yet possibly, well, I don't know how to describe it, Goldust with Stardust in his corner taking on Curtis Axel with Ryback. Well, let's put it like this. Goldust gets the win with the curtain call on Axel. After that, Ryback starts attacking Goldust. Stardust comes in to try to intervene, blows his dust in his face. Why do I feel dirty even saying that? And Ryback, and Stardust low bridges Ryback. I feel even dirtier saying that out of the ring, and it pretty much just ends with Ryback looking at Stardust and Goldust weird while they're doing their kind of weird poses in the ring. All I can say is, I'm glad that they found a gimmick to really use for Cody Rhodes and Goldust as a tag team, but enough already with them against Ryback, so move them on to something else, Rick.
Yeah, I think right now is... I don't know why they're just doing that. I think they just have got to get past Battleground. And the WWE, for some reason, likes to do 2 pay-per-views, and until then, they just have to do... It's like rubber band matches. There's no such thing as just like 3 matches. It's like 7 matches for WWE. I don't get it. But anyway... long story made short, I think hopefully after Battleground we'll finally see this feud be done, and they'll move on to something bigger and better, hopefully.
Man, shit, have you convinced Rick to dress up as Stardust yet?
What?
Almost.
What the Almost.
That's close. I did use a suggestion for a tribute video, though, song for those 2 would be Vogue by Madonna.
The views expressed about Rick's Halloween costume are not reflected on Hardcore Wrestling Radio or WGS-TV. Kids, don't try it.
Although I am already going to be working on another one for Adam Rose. Stay tuned, people.
Oh, damn.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is once again time to believe. As Bo Dallas took on Diego and El Torito. That's pretty much the only use they have for Los Matadores right now is Diego and El Torito, with Fernando being out. We don't really see El Torito in the matchup involved too much, James. It's just Bo and Diego, Bo hitting the Bo Dog on Diego to get the win, and, well...
They killed the bull!
Yeah.
The bull, you bastard! No, why the bull? Why? That poor bull.
We should go tonight.
James, have you had dreams of the bull goring you at night?
No.
I'll be back before
Okay.
I have a
You do realize a cheeseburger is not made of a bull, right?
Yes, I know that. But I had a dream of the bull.
Unless we had a bull burger.
Oh my god.
Well, as we got some more bull, following that, well, not so much as it was the main event, Rusev and Roman Reigns. Again, like I said at the onset of this review, kind of a clash of the titans between these two. It really didn't disappoint, but I kind of really figured, Will, that we would not see a clean finish in this match, considering how much they were talking about the feud between Roman Reigns and Randy Orton.
And we all know that this wasn't going to be the match of high priority, because it goes back to Rusev being Crash versus a guy like Roman Reigns who has shined out by himself. As far as the match goes, hey, it was back and forth. I thought this was one of the more better matches for Rusev and wise for Reigns. So good stalemate for both parts, but look what happened. Randy Orton tried to interfere. So yeah. So that caused a disqualification, and
technically the first loss by Rusev, if you think about it.
Yes.
But he hasn't been pinned or submitted yet.
But that loss will still go on his record. But what I did not understand about that match is Lana calls back Rusev. Like, no accolade?
Well, I think it was more along the lines to let Randy Orton get his hands on Roman Reigns, which is exactly what happened after the matchup was over with the RKO, and they pretty much finish off Friday Night SmackDown in that facet. So with that being said, it is now time to go into our overall scores and our picks for best and worst match or segment of Friday Night SmackDown. I gotta say, overall, a decent Friday Night SmackDown. Especially with the billing of Rusev and Roman Reigns as a main event. Like I said on the Monday Night Raw review several days ago, makes it a very watchable Friday Night SmackDown, and it indeed was. It was an overall very decent show. I gotta go, even though we didn't have a clean finish for Rusev and Roman Reigns, I gotta go for that one for best match of the night. Worst segment, the killing of the bull. Poor El Torito.
You bastards!
Overall, Friday Night SmackDown, it's going to get a 3.5 out of 5 from me. Let's go to Rick next and get his overall score and his picks for best and worst match or segment of Friday Night SmackDown this week. Rick?
First I want to say, yeah, I really thought that overall the SmackDown was really an entertaining SmackDown. I was pleasantly pleased. I'll give it a 3.75. I'm going to say the main event was definitely the match of the night, and despite what I've been saying about Rusev for the past couple of weeks, this past match, the main event, I was really shocked, and I have to really give him kudos. He really did a great match, and it shows that he can truly entertain people. He's a great wrestler, but when it comes to his segments, he's still just boring, and even Lana, who's supposed to be very, very sexy, and she's supposed to be the mouthpiece, but it's just not working. But obviously, in the ring, he is a great worker in the ring. So,
Rick, I think your definition of mouthpiece and my definition of mouthpiece really differ.
Obviously,
why did I go there?
More of eye candy, but I'm just saying for the point is, he is great. He's a great worker in the ring.
Yeah.
They've been having, when they're not, just when he's not doing squash matches is the point. So, now that they're getting up to higher caliber people rather than bullshit people that he was just, beating up 2 seconds. So, we'll see. Time will tell.
Miss Shit, I gotta ask you, are you a believer?
I have to say that watching him beat up children in the ring is just...
Damn.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Was that not what was happening? I thought it was a child and his father.
No, that was a monkey.
Okay. A monkey dressed like a bull.
Yes.
Okay.
Like a bull.
Good. All right. Now it's clear.
All right. Up next, guys.
I'll get a score of 1,000,000.
Nice score. Nice score. As we go to James next, get his overall score and his picks for best and worst match or segment of Friday Night SmackDown this week. James?
I'm gonna give this is actually a good one, actually. It's been a good SmackDown in a long while. I give it a 3.75. Best match, I'm gonna have to give it a tie. Yes. I give it a tie. I'm gonna give it to Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, and then and also the main event, which is Rusev and Roman Reigns. But we kind of knew it wasn't going to be a clean finish, but it's still a good match. Worst one has to be Bo Dallas in a handicap match. I still do not believe in that. Bo needs a hamburger or cheeseburger. And I'm also interested in the 2 battleground matches that was announced tonight.
Yeah, definitely. As we wait for Will to get his connection reestablished, again, the two battleground matches that were announced tonight. Again, 2 out of 3 falls for the tag team championship. The Usos versus Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. And if you wrestling historians know their facts, back in the 80s, that's kind of how they defended the championships. And a lot of the promotions back in the day was doing it 2 out of 3 falls, especially in the NWA. But and also the other matchup announced, Bray Wyatt, as anticipated, taking on Chris Jericho. So
that was announced on main event. The other one that was announced was AJ Lee versus Paige for the Divas title.
Yes, that's true. So they were tag team partners on Raw, and now on Battlegrounds, they're going to be facing each other.
And this one should be an interesting match. As I said, I wanted to see something like 10-15 minutes between the two, not like no damn 2 minutes that they had the last 2 matches they had.
Yeah, a full-on match, because I think if they do something like that, it'll definitely hurt the credibility of the match, and especially hurt the credibility of the Divas Championship just when it was starting to get some good credibility in the WWE. And hopefully, I think now Will has reestablished his connection. Will, are you there? And apparently Will is still having some technical issues. Will, can you hear us?
I hear clicking.
Will, we can hear you, Will, if you can hear us.
I don't think so.
Yep.
I think we're good.
All right, Will, your overall score and your picks for best and worst match or segment of Friday Night SmackDown?
I like to tell Google to fuck off. Anyway, 3.5 overall. Best match, Rusev against Reigns, of course. Worst match, Bo Dallas is now 16-0. What a joke.
Where's Brock Lesnar to conquer a streak?
I don't know. Best segment. Do I even need to go this route? I'm gonna have to. Layla and Summer Rae dancing while the laughing stock sits on the ramp crying like a little bitch. Worst segment. I am so sorry, but Titus O'Neil and Heath Slater. Excuse me. Creative directors. Why the fuck they still on TV? Okay. They got nowhere else to go.
No, they just
and no honorable mentions today.
They're doing it for a cheeseburger.
Well, as James continues his little fascinations with edible meats like that, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Friday Night SmackDown. What are your overall scores, and what are your picks for best and worst match or segment of Friday Night SmackDown? We definitely want to hear what you guys out there have to say. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Rick, where can fans check you out on HWR?
You can always find me on my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Hardcore Wrestling Radio. And please, make sure you follow us over at dailymotion.com/Hardcore Wrestling Radio, and also on Twitter at HWR Crew.
Our friend Lance Moss has been listening into this review. Lance, what can fans expect to see when they come visit your channel over on youtube.com/LanceMossTV?
I got album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck gourmet cooking videos, a bunch of music equipment reviews, and whatever is popping in my head. If you hadn't subscribed, why hadn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, one of them is building a cheeseburger statue. The other one is painting it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bay Area MVP known as Will and James from the Big E. Guys, what you got coming up on iVlog?
I think we killed Will.
Tomorrow, HWR Fan Submit will be in session. We're going to talk about Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, and Fandango. And our extra topic is going to be racism in the WWE. So for our HWR fans, tune in. And if you are a wrestling fan who is sensitive and don't like these discussions, don't listen. There will be curse words involved.
Also, on we getting ready for the World Cup Finals, which is this Sunday, and on iVlog we do game shows, games, talk about sports, wrestling, battleground picks if you need it to be, and whatever else.
Fans, don't forget to like the Facebook page, facebook.com/WGS-TV, and don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network if you haven't already. So for the hardcore hosts, Rick Head and Miss Jacque Schitt, the incomparable Lance Moss from Lance Moss TV, the Bay Area MVP known as well, and their Cheeseburger King, James and the Big Easy, I'm the WrestleGamer, Double B Bully Bujo, saying thank you very much for watching.
So I'm from the King of the Divas to the King of the Cheeseburgers? What the hell?
This review has been brought to you by James's new show, Believe a Burger. All you have to do is to get your burger the way you want it, all you have to do is believe.
Fuck you.
Okay. Guess that leaves me to go find us.